everyone! In today's video, we are at Le Cellier, a popular steakhouse restaurant located in the Canada Pavillion at EPCOT in Walt Disney World. This is a very popular signature dining restaurant in EPCOT's World Showcase. For those of you that are subscribed to our channel, you'll know that I'm actually Canadian and Greg lives with me in Canada. But because I'm Canadian, I never really gave this restaurant a shot and usually chose other countries to dine in. Well, since I'm with my American family, what better time to check out more of the Canadian Pavilion than now? As usual, we're going to share a bit of information about the restaurant as well as all the food that we ordered, and we're going to rate it on a scale of 1 to 10 and let you know what we thought of it and if this dining location is worth it or not. When you enter the World Showcase, you have two options and can spark the debate of any Disney fan. Do you take a right to Canada or go left to Mexico? Le Cellier is conveniently located at the beginning of the World Showcase, so if you plan on dining here, you'll take a right. So let's start with the ambiance. It's really cozy with dim lighting. Le Cellier translates to the cellar in French, and it really does feel like you're in a cozy cellar. There are little nods to Canada in the decor of the restaurant, such as leaves in the chandeliers, the flowers that represent each of the provinces of Canada, and beer bottles from Canada. For the menu, they are primarily a steakhouse, but they have other options and enhancements to choose from as well. Another popular item to try would be their poutine, as poutine is Canada's most popular dish in the country. A lot of items on the menu I wouldn't necessarily deem as Canadian, but if you order the mussels as an appetizer, those come straight from Prince Edward Island, which is the province next door to us in Canada. They do have Canadian beer options on the menu, as well as in the rest of the pavilion, such as Moosehead and Molson Canadian, which would basically be our equivalent to a Bud Light, Le Fin du Monde, and a few others. I can confirm these really are beers that Canadians would drink. They first bring out the complimentary bread service to you, and our server explained that each bread had a particular relation to Canada. The pretzel rolls represented Kitchener and Waterloo in the province of Ontario, which is home to the second largest Oktoberfest outside of Munich, Germany. The sourdough is to represent our Yukon territory up in the north, as they have a sourdough fest every spring as they celebrate that the sun is back since it's dark there around the clock in the wintertime. And finally, the multigrain bread, which is to represent our prairie provinces of Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba, since they make 65 to 70% of Canada's grain products. So let's get into the food. For appetizers, Tamara ordered the jumbo chilled shrimp with cocktail sauce and pepper cream, and Sydnie ordered the mushroom bisque. Greg and I didn't order any appetizers for this meal.
How's the pretzel bread? Really good. How's your shrimp?
It's very good. They're huge, so you really have to like shrimp. That's a big bite.
Yeah.
Sure.
How's your mushroom bisque?
Very, very, very salty. Very salty. Very salty. Take a try.
You're having salty mushroom bisque followed by poutine.
Yeah.
You're going to need some water.
Her blood pressure is going to be
It's salty. This is so salty you can't eat it. Try it.
No worries.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Why are you a toddler?
Yes. Oh, and the aftertaste gets even saltier.
Does it really?
I like it. Shouldn't have salt.
You aren't kidding though. That is way saltier than I even imagined it to be.
Because I can handle salt.
Right. Okay, so the bisque is a bisque, mushroom bisque. Probably not a good contender for Le Cellier.
Unless you really like salty
Yes,
food.
if you love salt, get the mushroom
Yeah, you
bisque.
want it. Wow. I really am enjoying that sauce though.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's very fresh. It tastes really good.
Now for the exciting part, the main event. For my entree, I ordered the New York strip that came with pretzel bread pudding. Greg ordered the bison strip loin. Tamara ordered the signature Le Cellier filet mignon. And Sydnie ordered the Le Cellier signature poutine with a side of maple whiskey glazed Brussels sprouts.
Pretzel bread pudding with the New York strip, and Greg got his bison.
Bison.
How's your bison? Good, tender. How is it?
Okay.
A little salty.
You guys need to try it because I think it tastes exactly like the steak I had last night,
Really?
which is a 10 out of 10.
Absolutely. That's so funny. Sid, how's the poutine?
Delicious.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, it's salty.
That is lovely though. It is just salty.
Want to try it?
This is a 10 out of 10 too. It's cooked perfect.
Some of your arcade cards.
Very good steak. What
There's
is
some
that?
mashed potatoes, squash or something.
This is extremely salty too.
So it's pretty.
Really?
But it's still extremely good.
The pretzel bread pudding is delicious.
I could eat this as a meal.
This is perfect.
The bison is really good. Would you order it again or would you go, or would you order steak?
Like I tell everybody, I would order it again, but I never order the same thing twice, so I get a steak.
What would you rate it?
Like a 7.
7 out of 10? What would you rate your filet mignon? 10?
10.
How about the poutine?
8.
8 out of 10, okay. I would say 10 for this. The pretzel bread pudding alone is a sharp contender for me on this meal.
Yeah.
Okay, so Le Cellier is a very beloved restaurant at Disney World that people always vouch for. And here comes our unpopular opinion, despite some of the higher ratings on the entrees that you saw.
Tell your little friends. Totally two friends.
Don't recommend.
Okay,
Sydney does not recommend Le Cellier.
especially if you have high blood pressure, as it was really salty.
I don't recommend it because you got so much better eating around here.
Yeah, I do agree too. My steak was delicious. Like, you know, both steaks are delicious and the bison was delicious, but there's more to eat in Epcot.
Check out all the other booths maybe instead.
So our meals were all definitely heavy on the salt. My pretzel bread pudding was the highlight of that whole meal and the part I still dream about. But despite that the food was really still delicious and got good ratings, especially those steaks that they are most famous for, it's very hard for us to justify ever going back to Le Cellier. We enjoyed our experience, but when you're in Epcot, there are so many incredible places to eat around the world. And I don't mean restaurants, I mean snacking. There's usually always a festival happening at Epcot where you can eat and drink your way around the world, and that's a much better experience for us. If you live locally to Walt Disney World, then I can completely understand the love for Le Cellier, as you have the opportunity to eat and drink around the world whenever. But we recommend if you're headed to Walt Disney World as a vacation, enjoy eating around the world showcase instead. If you're looking for other Walt Disney World dining reviews, check out our Disney dining playlist. We'll share some of the Disney locations that we've eaten at and rate all of our food on a scale of 1 to 10 so that you know if it's worth it or not. Thank you so much for watching our latest video. If you enjoyed this video, we would greatly appreciate if you would hit the like button and subscribe to follow along on our next adventure. Thanks for watching.